Tonight, the outgoing president of the United States faces a possible second impeachment over the deadly attack at the Capitol. Some House Democrats plan to accuse President Donald Trump of incitement of insurrection as soon as Monday. The White House called such a move politically motivated, and sources say the president has no plans to step down. Meanwhile, Twitter says it permanently suspended President Trump's account over the risk for future violence. WCCO's Erin Hassanzadeh is tracking the latest from Washington.
Amelia, the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., is still tweeting, pushing followers to a personal website for updates and accusing tech companies of censoring his father. This as more videos surface showing Capitol Police being overwhelmed Wednesday.
New video shows just how out of control things were at the Capitol Wednesday.
They're leaving.
Shortly before a woman was shot and killed, you see officers move to the side, allowing rioters to smash their way through until an officer on the other side fires. Other emerging vantage points show more of the same, an aggressive and sometimes violent group sweeping through the People's House. Capitol flags fly at half-staff for the police officer who was killed as Democrats push forward with impeachment. Speaker Nancy Pelosi says after an hours-long phone call Friday, House Democrats hope the president will step down.
He has done something so serious that there should be prosecution against him.
What the Congress decides to do is for them to decide.
But Speaker Pelosi appears to be preparing if the president stays. She spoke with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff about keeping the president from taking reckless military action or accessing the launch codes and ordering a nuclear strike.
The situation that we're in now is an unprecedented situation where there is concern about the recklessness of a sitting president.
You are a traitor to the country. You know it was rigged. You know it was rigged.
After publicly acknowledging Biden's election win, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham faced confrontational Trump supporters at the airport. But other Republicans won't be intimidated. Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska became the first to call for the president to resign, and Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse says impeachment is not off the table.
I will definitely consider whatever articles they might move, because as I've told you, I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office.
President Trump says he will not attend the inauguration on the 20th. And while that's, of course, a break from tradition, President-elect Biden has essentially said he thinks it's for the best. But Biden also made it clear that Vice President Pence is welcome at the ceremony, Amelia.
All right. Thank you, Erin. The killing of that Capitol police officer could become a federal murder case. Investigators say that Officer Brian Sicknick was hurt while defending the building against the mob. Sicknick joined the Capitol Force a dozen years ago. His family asks that you remember him as a hero. He was 42 years old. Police have arrested more than 80 rioters who tried to overturn President Trump's election defeat. The FBI put out this wanted poster. They already caught and charged the intruder who posed behind Speaker Pelosi's desk. Stay with WCCO this weekend for continuing coverage of the fallout from the Capitol attack.